want.
Welcome, everyone, to Props and Parlays, breaking down Monday Night Football, New England Patriots, New York Giants. I'm your host, Andy Lang, being joined, as always, by my fellow prop master, Andrew McInnis. Andrew, it's my last day on the road here in beautiful Phoenix. I'll be back to my normal setup. But first off, happy Cyber Monday. How was your weekend? You excited for the game tonight?
Happy Monday to you, Andy. Nothing wrong with a little traveling. Sometimes it's nice to mix it up a little bit with where you're doing your shows. Doing pretty good. A little bit jealous of all of you guys doing some traveling, seeing family over the weekend with your Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great time with some family. And yeah, I'm enjoying the games this week, but looking forward to tonight. I think tonight it actually has some hidden props, Giants, Patriots. So it should be a good one. Look forward to the show, man. And we got a same game parlay this week. We decided to do the opposite of keep it low. This is no 4-1, no 5-1. We got a decent size parlay for you guys this week.
Yes, we're going to break down our same game parlay for tonight. We're going to go over passing props that we like, receiving, rushing, some anytime touchdowns, and then we will build that same game parlay. Thank you, everybody, to joining us on Monday. Please hit the like button. And as always, put the first anytime touchdown score in tonight's game in the comment section. Let's see if we can get a big winner. But Andrew, let's jump to the passing yards here. Drake May, Jackson Dart. Obviously, both guys have a lot of hype. I'm glad we're getting Jackson Dart here. I'm coming to you first. What are some passing props you like for tonight?
Andy, you're right. Two guys that are getting some hype. It's fun to watch. And I just want to say that I've talked about this with you on the show before, but where I live, obviously being in Eastern Canada, we don't have an NFL team, of course. Pretty much everybody is a Patriots fan here. It's the closest team to where I live. I hate the fact that this team is already good so fast. Like, has this team could they not have a bunch of years where they were bad again? Like, I don't mean to sound like the biggest hater on a Monday morning here, but could there not have been a longer period of time where this team had to do some suffering? All of a sudden, they got Drake May. They've got a great team. They're rolling. Their defense is great. Anyway, that's my little rant. But so many people where I live are on the bandwagon, and then some of them fell off for a few years. Now they're just back on again. But regardless, you said something about you're happy that we get Jackson Dart in this one, and so am I here. I'm going to take him over 205.5 passing yards here. Quarterbacks have been on and off against this Patriots team, but more than anything, the Patriots' run defense has been fantastic. Second in the league against the run. So really, this Giants team's not going to have the luxury of running the ball as much as they want to. Given the -7 point spread, I do think Jackson Dart's going to have to sling the ball. And also, with some coaching staff stuff going on and with the quotes going on, I've seen a lot that there's going to be very few run plays called for Jackson Dart like before. It's going to be very consistent. Sit back, sit in the pocket, and be a pocket passer. That's all he's going to be. They don't really expect him to be as much of a runner as he was before, so that kind of helps us out a little bit here. And I do expect him to fall behind quite a bit. So if that's the case, this 205.5 number should be easily reachable. So I'm going to look towards this. He has got this in a handful of games in his starts this season. And I think that time possession is going to be the biggest thing. Even if they don't have a ton of possession, they're going to have to start throwing the deep ball. And, a team that's good against the run forces a team to throw the ball constantly, not to mention that big point spread. So I'd look towards that. As far as Drake May is concerned, I might look for the under on his attempts. I feel a little bit towards the opposite. I think that he might be a guy that is a sharp passer, obviously. I think his decision-making has been some of the most impressive things I've seen from him, and obviously has a great arm. But with a couple guys in the backfield with a steady offense, and I think that maybe we don't see him throwing the ball a ton and enough for it to matter for him to get all the way over his attempts number. But that's it. 2 for me there, Andy. What about you?
We're lockstep on our takes on Jackson Dart. I played him. I didn't play him. This isn't a client play, but I'm looking hard at his over 18.5 completions. The Pats give up 22 completions per game. And I'm with you. I see a lot of short passes. Keep Dart out of harm's way. A little bit more of a dink and dunk type of offense tonight. I like Drake May over his passing, just his yards. 245.5 seems low. He's got 259 in 5 straight. The Giants are really bad against the run. You could argue the worst rush defense in the league, definitely bottom 3 based on what metric you're looking at. But it's not like they're great against the pass either. And just, I don't know, little nugget. Monday Night Football, Drake May in the MVP conversation. You think Vrabel maybe wants to show him off just a little bit? Hey guys, like we finally get a chance to be in a marquee, game where we're the only ones that are being watched tonight. So maybe you see a little bit show off for Drake May tonight, even though they should have success running. So, but Jackson Dart is kind of more of the guy I'm looking at tonight. I think there's a multitude of ways that you can play him for sure. We'll get to that in the rushing props. So, Andrew, I'm coming off a 5% winner yesterday, so always good to get that one. I lost some smaller plays, so not a great win-loss record, but you know how it goes. Anytime you hit a 5%, that's that's what the clients care about the most.
Absolutely.
I have one play that is up at WagerTalk, and it's Cyber Monday. So every play at WagerTalk, you get 20% off by using the promo code CYBER20, CYBER20. So if you want to jump on board that prop tonight, go ahead. We're also going to have a cricket play that goes off tomorrow. Little 2% play. That's going to be half price. We're able to put up cricket plays half price because there's so much attention on every other thing going on here. But don't ignore sports like cricket. Really, really good way to cash. Andrew, I know you've got a big bet going for tonight, and you've got another special. Tell us about that at WagerTalk.
Yeah, we definitely can't ignore the smaller niche sports, and we can't say small sports because that's a very, very popular sport in the whole world. So, guys, make sure you tap in with those all-access passes when you're buying Andy with all the sports that he does. 4-2 day for me yesterday, hit the best bet. And as you mentioned, Andy, we want to hit all of them, but the best bets are always important to hit there. So Zach Charbonnet goes over his number. I was happy to see that for the Seahawks. Tonight, it'll be a 4% best bet up in the NFL. And yeah, that Cyber Monday deal, code CYBER20, is great for anything. You can buy a full year of NFL. You can buy a full year of NFL props. And right now, I've got a package which is 30 days of my NHL player props and my NFL player props. And about 99.9998% of my NFL plays are props. So that's a great deal because instead of buying my full NFL pack, I'll just specify it for you and get you right down to just the props at a much cheaper price. So it's a really good time. And, Andy, I'll tell you, like, for people right now, if they want to get a good step and they want to get, my baseball in the summer or CFL for next summer, you're getting that 20% off today. Before that next season, I might not even offer a 20% off discount code. And NHL right now, you can get it within the season and all that good stuff. For you, I know you do so many sports, so I'd recommend people jumping in all access and buying a 90-day pass, buying a year pass with that code CYBER20. But this is the time to probably look long-term for any of you guys that are interested. But of course, that promo code CYBER20, it does work for daily packages and long-term packages as well. So good time and good day for everybody coming to the website looking to shop. And also, Andy, doesn't really hurt that you're off that 5% win. Gotta love that.
Yeah, we're 22-12 in primetime games. So primetime games just keep chugging away. So we'll look to keep that streak going tonight. Let's talk some receiving props. I'll go first here. Demario Douglas has my interest. Seems like a pretty low number, 16.5 receiving. Obviously, the worry is he doesn't get a ton of targets, but when he does catch the ball, he's got big playability. He's got a catch of 26 yards or more in 5 straight games. He's gone over this 16.5 in 8 straight games. Pretty low total. So I like Demario Douglas to have a pretty decent game tonight. And then Mac Hollins, under 2.5 receptions. When Kayshon Boutte plays, he's not that involved, and he's gone under in 8 out of 10 games where Boutte plays tonight. So as long as Boutte is on the field, I'm going to be taking some Mac Hollins under props. When Boutte's out, exact opposite. You can take Mac Hollins to go over his receptions and over his yards. Any receiving props that you like tonight, Andrew?
Andy, I'm going to lock in Stephon Diggs over 19.5 for his longest reception. Haven't been betting as much of those lately, but just looking at some of these wide receivers and top guys that have played against the New York Giants recently, they've all been able to cash this number, whether it's been Amon-Ra St. Brown, whether it's been Romeo Doubs, whoever it's been, Devonta Smith, pretty much everybody that's playing against this Giants team, they've got a guy against them that's going over their top number. And I think this is a pretty reasonable number here at 19.5 for over on longest reception. I do think Kayshon Boutte is probably someone to look for, and I would look more for the receptions. And I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to take actually the under on Hunter Henry. This is a kind of one of those situations where I feel like teams are starting to catch on to Hunter Henry, and they're starting to see a little bit how much of a key factor he is for this team. And overall, I'm trying to pull this up here. Looking at the target share, it's starting to level out a little bit more for this Patriots team. And the funny thing is, you look at the number, this Giants defense overall ranks 24th in the league against receivers for receiving yards, but they only rank 8th against tight ends. So maybe, just maybe, it's a good spot to go against Hunter Henry. I'm really hoping this isn't one of those opportunities where I'm talking to you on the show, hey, this is my contrarian play of the day, and then, Hunter Henry catches like a 40-yard play in the first half. But I love looking at some of these websites that will give you those differences, like 24th overall, in receiving yards, but 8th overall against tight ends. So it makes me laugh, and I've been looking at these different stuff across all sports. Like in the NHL, there'll be a team that's, like 8th best overall against shots on goal, but against defensemen, they're 29th in the league. And you can get that certain discrepancy. And I guess for the Giants, if it was, say one good thing about the Giants today, if you had to, I would say they're pretty decent against the tight ends. So maybe we'll look towards under on Hunter Henry. What do you think?
I think the comment section, that's your new assignment. Say something nice about the Giants. Say something nice about the Giants. I dare you. Their quarterback's been in the blue tent 6 times this year. They fired their coach. I guess that was a good thing.
8th against tight ends. 8th against tight ends.
8th against tight ends. Yeah, we're digging here. Cool logo, classic cool iconic logo. All right. I'm with you. Listen, if a contrarian play goes wrong, don't worry, Andrew. The comment section will be sure to let you know about it. So
yeah.
Let's move to rushing props. I'll get us started here. Both these are fairly correlated. Tyrone Tracy, I'll take over 13.5 attempts. He's gone over in 3 straight. The Pats are great against the run, but with Jackson Dart returning, the Giants want to be competitive. They want to put on a good show. But basically, the assignment tonight is don't get Jackson Dart hurt, please. I don't think they're going to want him to run. I don't think they're going to want to put him in any harm's way. So how do you do that? Well, you latch onto the run and you don't give up on it. So Tyrone Tracy may not have a great yards per carry stat line in this game, but he's going to get the attempts, I believe. And that's going to correlate with Jackson Dart under the 29.5 rushing. Mentioned blue tent 6 times. Basically, the coach got fired because they kept running him so much. I mean, the speech to Jackson Dart is, I don't care if you throw 3 interceptions tonight. Just don't run into the middle linebacker like you've been doing. Like, slide, throw it away, get out of the pocket and run out of bounds. But do not be taking on these linebackers and defensive linemen and safeties head on. So I think this line is based on the stats before he got injured, not to what his job is tonight. So I'm going to be looking at Tyrone Tracy over his rush attempts and Jackson Dart under his rushing total. Andrew, what rushing props do you like?
I think you and I are really on the same page there, and we've seen a lot of coaching quotes about that going into this game. So I'm very curious if they stick to that. Also curious if Jackson Dart's instincts don't just kick in and he goes against the game plan and he puts himself in harm's way either anyway. Very interested to see what happens. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, do you want the longevity or do you want to play well? Because let's be real, when he was leaving the pocket, he was doing pretty good. It's just going to give you a risk, and you don't want your future quarterback doing that. This one's kind of chalky now. I'm looking at it. It was minus 125 overnight, but now minus like 130 at DK. But I'm going to take the over on Travion Henderson with his rushing yards. With his rushing attempts, at 14.5. Just looking at the overall picture here with all the backs for the New England Patriots, it seems like it's definitely been a shift. And I know that there's been injuries, of course, to deal with. But even when Ramondre Stevenson came back, it seemed like it was still the bulk of the snaps were going to Henderson. I think Stevenson only played 30% of the snaps he was out there for. And I think that we're going to see Stevenson be a lot more of like a goal line guy and maybe short yardage guy, but the volume is still going to be there for Travion Henderson. So, and of course, we'll take the injuries into consideration, but the rushing attempts last handful of games, 18, 19, 14, but we've seen like steady volume. So I do think at this number at 14.5, he's going to get there. And especially if they have the lead, I think with a lot of my props today, I'm banking on the Patriots being up like 7 or 10 points most of the game. If that's the case, then it works well for me. A lot of my props tonight will kind of go the opposite way if I see somehow the Giants get off to a lead, Andy. So I'm really hoping the game script, sticks to what I'm thinking here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, the Patriots have been really, really good, and the Giants team, they're just trying to get out of Dodge here. Let's not get our quarterback hurt. Let's put on a good performance on Monday Night Football. And, you got a new coaching staff. I mean, they're probably looking towards next year. Want to see what we got in some players. So I agree with your takes on that. Let's go to anytime touchdown. I'm assuming Ramondre is going to make your list. Is that correct, Andrew?
That's right. He'll be one for me. Just hopefully I think Travion Henderson fantasy owners or people that are looking for props with him, they're going to watch a guy get a ton of touches the whole entire drive up the field and then get subbed out when they're on the 2. And that's going to be probably the disappointing factor. So I'm hoping to call my shot here with, a lot of attempts here for Henderson, but then Ramondre coming in for the big boy yards and hopefully the touchdown. I'm seeing plus 205 on this one.
I might look at Wan'Dale Robinson plus 220. Again, the prices on some of these touchdowns are just laughable. I mean, Wan'Dale shouldn't be plus 220. It should be plus 440, but here we are. So I'm kind of surprised Tyrone Tracy is plus 240. I know the Patriots have a really good, rush defense, but boy, if they get down close, I just don't believe they're going to be doing quarterback sneaks or tush pushes with Jackson Dart. I got to believe Tyrone Tracy gets the carries inside the 5. So plus 240 maybe. Wan'Dale in the receiving at plus 220 as well might be worth a sprinkle. Potentially Patriots 5-1 defensive special teams touchdown. Okay. If Jackson Dart gets a little scared to run, tries to force the ball in there, and we get an interception, could happen. 5-1. Yeah. I mean, I was asleep at the wheel yesterday. I don't know how I didn't have a Seattle Seahawks ticket for a defensive touchdown going up against the Vikings and Brosmer, and sure enough, like that was right there. I mean, that was just that. What are we doing here? I mean, that was just money left on the table. So possibly you could look at that. All right,
Kayshon Boutte plus 250. That's the other one that intrigued me. Kayshon Boutte plus 250. And if we're going to go with what you said there about Drake May as well, he's going to be a dog on prime time. He's getting MVP looks. Like, again, it just bothers me how good the Patriots have been. And now here they are in prime time. They got a future quarterback. He's plus 270, Andy. Like, I talk about Ramondre, and obviously Drake May could steal one from one of the running backs here. But if they drop back and they're covering everybody else and they have nobody they're coming towards him, he's got no fear. You talk about protecting Jackson Dart. I don't think May has a lot of run plays designed for him, but he also has no fear to go if the lane's open.
Well, it's a good point, Jack. I mean, Drake May, he's like minus 175 to throw 2 touchdowns. So, do we need to be looking at Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs, Boutte? I mean, if he's going to throw 2, the odds are, the books are telling us they expect him to throw 2. We probably should have at least one, wide receiver, tight end in there. So, those are kind of correlated as well. All right, let's do a same game parlay. Come on, we got to get one, Andrew. We're running out of time here. So let's do our same game parlay. Coming to you first. Give us our first leg. If you haven't watched this show before, first off, thank you for joining us. Andrew and I each get 2 legs. We're going for a long shot, same game parlay. We have not hit one this year. We've been very, very close on 2 of them, but we need to get one on the board here. So what's your first leg this week?
Look, we've been talking about them protecting Jackson Dart. Talk about him being back, him being healthy, the spread being at 7. I think he's going to sling it, whether it's short passes or long passes. They're going to need him to throw the ball. I'm going to take 200 plus passing yards for Jackson Dart, not to mention how great of a rushing defense the Patriots have. I think if they start shutting down the rush game for the Giants, they're going to have no choice but to just be nonstop pass. And hopefully that goes well for us with the 200 yards. for Jackson Dart. Well, that's one leg for us. What do you have for number 2?
Well, we might as well get my Jackson Dart leg out of the way, and let's take his under 29.5 rushing. I don't believe he's going to be rushing a whole lot. I think they would prefer him to slide and throw the ball away, even if he has an open lane. Let's please not get the rookie quarterback in the blue tent again, please. So Jackson Dart under 29.5 on his rushing total. And those are definitely correlated. We got Jackson Dart over his passing and under his rushing. Andrew, what's your second leg?
My second one's going to be Ramondre Stevenson just to get a touchdown, plus 205. I talked about kind of even when he was back last week, we kind of saw the snap share and the carry load is going towards Henderson more, but with short yardage and with goal line touches, I think that's where he's going to be involved as kind of the bigger back. So plus 205 to find the end zone. It could be a really funny day if we see just a ton of attempts, a ton of yards for Travion Henderson. And then we just see 35 yards for Stevenson with 2 touchdowns, something like that. I would not be shocked to see something go down, but just give me one. I'm not going to be greedy. Just one's all I need, plus 205.
You're so right about that. It could be Travion Henderson has 100+ yards rushing and somehow Ramondre outscores him in fantasy leagues. And you're just like, what the hell, man? All right. Well, there's a prop under player specials. It's Travion Henderson, 25+ rushing in each half. This is a Giants team that gives up 157 yards rushing per game. If the Patriots rush the ball for that much, surely Travion's going to be a big part of that. So I expect him to be involved throughout the entirety of the game. Even if they get up, he's going to be part of the workload in the second half, run out the clock. If they're down, this is a team that's not going to abandon the run. They know who they are. So Travion to have 25+ in each half. Same game parlay, all of those together, and you get a nice juicy 15-1 same game parlay. Just a little bit in the profit here on same game parlay. So recap, we got Dart 200+ passing, Ramondre anytime touchdown, Dart under 29.5 rushing, Travion Henderson 25+ rush yards in each half. Get you a nice 15-1. All right, Andrew, before we get out of here, one more time, tell everyone what you have up for everyone at WagerTalk.
So far, just one play, just one best bet, 4% play. 4-2 NFL props on Sunday. We did have the best bet, though, in the NFL with rushing. So that was nice. And right now, 30-day NHL and NFL prop pass is available. So I think number 3 overall in all 2025 out of 31 cappers on props, long-term 34, 35 unit prop runs. So these props have been very profitable for me across multiple sports. And with the NFL, that's just been the way for me. No sides, no totals, just the player props, analyzing matchups, looking at certain coaches' quotes, and trying to find the best bets I can. And just have one play for tonight in a game that should be a pretty good prop game. Looking forward to it. You guys can get that. Of course, Cyber Monday, Cyber 20 is the promo code. If you want any of my plays, any of my packages, any of Andy's plays, Andy's packages, Cyber 20 will take you 20% off. Andy, we know for a fact there's still going to be a handful of people that don't watch shows or don't go on social media, don't read when they go to our website, that won't use that deal. But if you guys want to use anything, 7 days, 30 days, full season, Cyber 20 is the deal. What about you, Primetime Andy? What do you have?
Yeah, one primetime prop coming off a nice 5% winner yesterday, and the primetime run continues. We're 22-12 in primetime games. One best bet. That's all I need to make a profit. That's over at wt.buzz/AL. We will have a cricket play that is up later this afternoon. That goes off tomorrow. It's half price. Really, really nice run on cricket plays so far this year. So you can use the promo code Cyber20 on any of those plays, any handicapper over at WagerTalk. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button, leave us a comment below, give us a first anytime touchdown, or tell us a compliment of the Giants. I think I'm liking the compliment of the Giants as the comment thing. Tell us one thing you like about the shade of blue or anything. But thank you so much for joining us. Let's cash big tonight. Use that promo code on any plays over at WagerTalk. Good luck on your bets. We'll see you everyone next week. Take care.